Hey again, this is Carol Dunlop from Optimum Body Sculpting, and this is your ultimate workout plan. This is the second installment in the series. The first one talked about how to choose a perfect gym, and now we're going to talk about how to choose a perfect personal trainer for you. Now, this is very important because a personal trainer is a personal relationship, and in order to have a personal relationship with someone, you have to kind of get along with them, see how they are. And I'm going to give you 10 tips that are going to help you figure out who's the right trainer for you. Okay, let's get started on this. First, before we do that, I want to apologize for the last video that went out. For some reason, it didn't go out when it was supposed to. Then I had to send it out late. But I will have all the links stored in a special place on the website, and I'll give you the link below so that you can find everything and go back for your reference, because they will be available to you for all times, right? So let's get started. Tip number 1. Do you want a big box or a small studio? The difference between them are a big box is like LA Fitness or one of the other bigger gyms, UFit, Planet Fitness, what have you. And then a small studio is exactly what it means. A small personal training studio. It doesn't really have to be small, but usually there's no more than 6 or 7 trainers, maybe 10, who work out of that studio, and they each have their own clients. The difference is going to be usually that in a big gym, a big box gym, you have to join a gym, which can be anywhere from $15 to $39 a month, maybe higher depending on the gym. And with the personal training studio, all you do is pay for your training. So it depends on you if you want to just go there for training and choose a personal trainer, or if you want to, in addition, have a gym membership and a personal trainer. The difference would be, number 1, with the small personal training studios, usually you don't really switch out with the trainers. You kind of you get the trainer you have and you work with them, and there you go. With the big box gyms, you may switch out the trainers, or they may switch the trainers out for you. So sometimes you have a say in who trains you, and sometimes you don't. It all depends on the company. And number 2, do you want a male or a female trainer? Now, to some people it doesn't matter, but some women would prefer a male trainer over a female, and vice versa. It doesn't matter to me what you prefer. Some men don't want to train with a female trainer for some reason. It's your own personal preference. You just need to decide what you want before you go after it. And you may decide that you want a female trainer, but you find a male trainer that you like better. It just all depends. So you need to kind of have that in the forefront of your head when you're looking for a trainer. Number 3, do you want your trainer to assist you with nutrition or simply train you? Now, most personal trainers, just by all the certifications, allow us as personal trainers to give you information about nutrition. However, that does not mean that we are dietitians, registered dietitians, or nutritionists, and most personal trainers are not. They are just, like I am, a personal trainer. We can give you information about eating, we can suggest things that you can eat, but we cannot give you a diet. Personally, I don't like giving people diets because they use that as an excuse not to follow the diet in the first place and to say how hard it is. But for some conditions, especially if you have diabetes or heart disease, or maybe you're on dialysis or something like that, you really need to consult with a registered dietitian or a nutritionist to actually give you an eating plan. Not just a diet, but an eating plan for your lifestyle. So you need to decide if you want that all in one with a personal trainer, or you want to hire a personal trainer and a nutritionist. Number 4, what type are you? Are you the kind of person that likes to be yelled at, stepped on, pushed around, ordered about? Or are you the kind of person who likes for someone to stand on the sidelines and go, rah, rah, you can do this, do it, do it, do it, and kind of have a hands-off approach? So you need to decide what kind of person you are and what person would complement you in the best way when you're hiring them. This will be very important when you decide on what trainer you want, because maybe you want a Jillian type person who's very hands-on, at least from the TV series, The Biggest Loser. Very hands-on, steps on you, walks on you, pushes you around and stuff. Or maybe you want some of the trainer Bob type person who stands on the sideline and just yells at you. Or maybe you want someone who actually works out with you. Not all trainers will work out with you. I don't work out with my clients because I'd be working out like 10 times a day. That is a bit too much for me. But you have to decide what you're looking for before you go in. Number 5, what is your budget? So let's get real here. Personal training costs money. Sometimes, depending on the trainer, it costs more money than it does with other trainers. You can expect to pay anywhere from $30 an hour to $65 an hour in the Atlanta area. Now, if you want a celebrity trainer like Lee Haney or Carlos, who runs the shows and things like that, you may pay upwards of $150 an hour. So it all depends on your budget and what you want. So don't go in there and say, oh, I wasn't expecting to pay that much. It costs money, yes. So you're asking a professional to give up their time to train you to get you in the shape that you want to be in. So you are going to have to pay for it. So decide, $30 an hour, $65 an hour, what's going to fit your budget. And if you're saying, well, I can't afford any of those, then you aren't looking for a personal trainer, at least not a professional one. You're looking for someone who does training on the side, who can give you some advice, who can just write out something for you and just leave you on your own. If that's what you're looking for, be honest and say that's what you're looking for. But if you are ready to make the investment into professional personal training services, you are going to have to do just that, make an investment. Number 6, you need to interview the trainers that you are potentially thinking about hiring. Now, if you're at a gym that provides trainers for you and they have their own personal training company and they set you up with a trainer and they say, go and meet with Johnny or Joanne or whoever it is, and you can decide if you want to work with them or not, know that once you sit down with them, just like in the gym, they're going to try to sell you a program, because that's what they're there for. They're there to sell you a program and get you started on training. But I want you to take it into your hands, and I want you to decide who you want to work with. Interview as many trainers in as many places as you want until you decide who is going to be the right person to fit with you, your goals, and help you reach them. Okay, number 7, I want you to come up with some questions for the trainers. Now, as I've said this before a couple of different times, I don't know if I said it last video or not, but if you sit down with the trainer and immediately they start telling you, I have this certification, that certification, then you really probably need to get up and go, because they're all about them. They're not about you. The first thing out of a trainer's mouth, other than, hello, how are you doing? My name is so-and-so, is what are your goals? Should be, what are your goals? What are you trying to do? What can I help you with? Type of thing. And they should be doing more listening than actually talking. You are the one that should be doing all the talking, because you have to give them the information that they need to help you attain what you want to do. So come up with some questions that you want to ask them. It could be, what's your favorite soap opera? What's your cat like? It could be anything. It could also be, what kind of trainer are you? You can ask them about their certifications. You can ask them how long they've worked in the field and how they like to structure a workout. It'll be new for a lot of trainers because most people don't interview them. So you're going to be doing something new, because remember, you're making this investment of time and money, and they have your goals in their hands. Don't take forever. Don't take months, weeks, years, whatever. I want you to take maybe 2 weeks to interview the trainers that you're thinking about. After the end of that time, whatever it is, if it's 2 weeks, 10 days, 3 days, I want you to make a decision on the trainer that you're choosing, and I want you to know why you're choosing that person. It could just be, we gel together. They get me. She gets me. He gets me. Whatever. They know. I feel like they would know how to actually get me to my goals. Oh, one more thing I wanted to say: when you interview them, ask about before and afters. Now, if this is a brand new trainer, they just got certified, they may not have any before and afters, but you can tell how they are by talking with them. Now, if they're a more established trainer, and a tip is you may be able to get a new trainer cheaper than you would an experienced trainer, as in anything else, right? But if you're coming to an experienced trainer like myself, and I have lots of before and afters, you're going to make an investment because you know what you're getting into. So keep that in mind when you're out there, right? Okay, number 9. These last two are very, very, very important. Number 9 is read the fine print. Most of the time, and if they're a good trainer, they're going to have an agreement or a contract they want you to sign in order to work with them. And especially if they're in a big box gym, you're definitely going to sign an agreement. So I want you to take that agreement and don't just write your John Hancock on there and go about your merry little way. I want you to take it, I want you to read it. Because most of the time, there is some type of cancellation policy that you can't get out of, or they may make it very difficult for you to cancel. It all depends. The big box gyms is going to be harder to cancel. The other gyms, the personal training studios, it may be easier to cancel. Now, nobody wants you to cancel. You don't even want to think about canceling, right? But sometimes it happens. You can't keep a trainer. The trainers won't stay there, because I'm telling you, sometimes the personal training industry can be a little flighty. You can run up on people that are not quite as honest as in a lot of things, like lawyers or financial planners or whatever. So you have to do your due diligence, right? So I want you to read the agreement, see what it says. Ask them about canceling. Can I cancel this thing in 3 days? What if we get into this in 3 months? What happens then? I know nobody, and they'll probably say, oh, you want to worry about the canceling? No, you ask them what happens. It's always better to know up front than to get to the point where you want to cancel and you can't because of some clause that's in there. Finally, number 10, you get to the point where you want to cancel and you need to undecide that this is your trainer. Well, first of all, you should have read your contract already to know what you can do and what you can't do. And then you need to make the decision. I don't want to train with this person anymore. Why do I not want to train with them? Are they not doing what I told them that I wanted to get done? Are we not achieving our goals? Or is it you that isn't doing what you're supposed to do, so you're not achieving your goals? So it's going to work one way or the other. Either the trainer is not holding up to their end of the bargain, or you aren't holding up to your end of the bargain. Or maybe it's a combination of both. And if it's a combination of both, that means that that's not the right trainer for you. Now, we hate to have that happen. It happens in marriages. You marry the wrong person, things don't work out, you got to get a divorce. So you need to look at it this way. You need to get out of it. That's why in number 9, I said read the contract, because you never know what's going to happen. It is a very personal relationship. You learn a lot about that person. Both the personal trainer learns a lot about the client, and the client learns a lot about the personal trainer. You're seeing each other a lot. You're in some type of kind of intimate type of situations, so you want to make sure that what you're doing, this person is in there with you for the long haul until you reach your goals. So those are the 10 tips that I have for you today. Let's go over them really quickly. Number 1, do you want a big box gym or a small personal trainer studio? It could mean the difference in you attaining your goals or not. You just have to see who you're comfortable with. Number 2, do you want a male or a female? It's your preference. Number 3, do you want your trainer to give you nutrition advice, or do you want your trainer to give you complete meal plans? Your trainer may not be certified to do that, so make sure that you know that if this is a personal trainer, what their certifications are, what they can and cannot do, and if you need to go and search out a nutritionist or a registered dietitian. Number 4, what type are you? What kind of person would you like to train with? What kind of person motivates you to interview the trainers? You know which ones are going to be right for you. Number 5, what is your budget? Usually in Atlanta, you're going to pay between $35 and $65 an hour. It all depends on the trainer after that. So get your budget together and know what you're willing to pay. Number 6, I want you to interview the trainers before you sign on that dotted line with anyone. Number 7, get questions for them. Make sure you ask about their certification, what kind of person they are. You can ask them about their cat and their family and all that. That just gives you an insight to what type of person they are. But make sure you find out all the good things that are for you. Do they train in the morning, mainly at night? Do they do weekends? That type of thing. Number 8, make a decision. Don't take a long time. Just maybe you're taking 2 weeks, would probably be a good time to interview enough trainers to decide who it is that you're going to choose to work with you. Number 9, read the fine print in the contract. Make sure you know what you're getting into. And finally, number 10, if you need to undecide that this is a trainer for you, make the decision, go for it, and then quickly go find you another trainer or get on the course to get your goals intact, whether it's getting another trainer or doing it on your own. Whatever you decide to do, it is your decision, but I know that you will make the right decision. So this is the end of the second installment of Your Ultimate Workout Plan. Stay tuned for the next one next week.